Hi there, Mohit this side. This is part 3 for square roots, in which there is the estimation method, the third one. Today I'm going to explain the estimation method, but there are 3 tricks which I'm going to explain for estimation of the square roots. You will not be getting the exact answers, but you will getting the nearest estimate. For that, there are 3 tricks. In this video, I'm going to explain trick number 1. Okay. So let's get started. We'll take the first example, 2304. For this number, we'll take the last 2 digits. Why last 2? Because we will stop referring to last 2 digits after that. We actually need the last digit only. So we see that the last digit is 4. The numbers that we have seen earlier, 1 to 10, just call them out and try to figure out where the numbers are actually ending with 4. Wherever the squares are, you are having those squares numbers. Which numbers are ending with 4? 2 of them you will notice that the square of 2 and the square of 8 are ending in the number 4. Therefore, 2 of the probable units place value that we are going to get are 2 and 8. So the answer that we want is having the units place 2 or 8. Having said that they are perfect squares, this does not apply to all those numbers which are not perfect squares. So please make sure that you know very well that this is a perfect square. Now let's talk about the tens place value, because it is a 4-digit number. So we are going to end up with a 2-digit root, right? So 23, fine. 23, for that, we'll do the same exercise that we have done in the division method. We'll find the closest number which is smaller than 23 in the list of perfect squares numbers if they are not equal, and that is 16. So we'll figure out the root for that, the root of which is 4. So 4 is at the tens place value. So at the tens place 4 is there, and at the units place it is either 2 or 8, giving us 2 of the probable answers, 42 and 48. Let's go back to the number 4 that we have decided for the tens place value. We are going to multiply 4 with the next consecutive digit. What comes after 4 in the integers? We notice that it is 5. So we multiply 4 with 5. We get the number 20. Now what do we have? The number 23 we have, right? Compare what you have with 20, with the number you got. So 23 is greater. What we have is greater. So what we will get will also be greater, right? So the answer that we want out of those 2 probable answers, 42 and 48, is greater number. Whichever is the greater number, you take that as the answer, right? 23 is greater than 20. Therefore, the greater number out of those 2 probable answers is 48. That is the answer. That's it. That's it. Let's take the other example, 3969 or 3969. To figure out the square root of that number, we'll have to do the same thing. Let's check out the units place value. Units place value, we notice that it is 9. Which of the 2 numbers will be having 9 at the units place? That is 3 and 7. The square of 3 is 9. The square of 7 is 49. Both ending with the 9 at units place. So we have 2 choices at the units place. Either we have 3 or 7. Now we refer to the next pair of digit, that is 39. 39, for that we are going to do the same exercise. The closest perfect square to that number which is less than the number. So we notice that it is 36. So at the tens place value we have the number 6, right? So for the number 6, we get 2 probable answers, 63 or 67. Now let's move back to the root of the numbers, that is 6, or tens place value that we have figured out, that is 6. We multiply that with the consecutive digit, 6 times 7. If we do that, we get the number 42. Now we compare 39 with 42. Is 39 smaller than 42? Yes. We notice that 39 is less than 42. So out of 2 probable answers, we choose the lesser number, or we choose the smaller value, that is 63. So square root of 3069 equals 63. Simple as that. Okay. Now we'll go a little faster because that's it. That's it for the trick. We'll go a little faster and we'll check out the remaining two digits. Okay. Remaining two examples, sorry. Let's do it. The next example is 3136. The units place of which is 6. So the probable answers are 4 and 6 at units place. The next pair is 31. So we figure out whichever is the closest perfect square or smaller or equal to that number. That is 25 for 31. The root of which is 5. Having said that, the 10th digit is 5, giving us two of the probable answers, 54 and 56. So out of those, we choose the next digit, right? The consecutive number of 5. 5 times 6 is 30. Now we compare 31 with 30. If we compare 31 with 30, we notice that 31 is greater than 30. Therefore, out of both probable answers, 56 is the greater number, so that is our answer. Let's talk about the next example, 5041. Here we notice that the two probable answers will be having units place value 1 or 9. The next pair of digit, 50, we notice that the nearest perfect square is 49, the root of which is 7, giving us 7 at 10th place value. Now we'll multiply 7 with the next or consecutive digit, 7 times 8, which is 56. Now we compare 50, which we have. You notice that 50 is less than 56. Therefore, the smaller number or the lesser number is the answer, giving us 71. The square root of 5041 equals 71. That's it for the trick 1. I'll be bringing trick 2 and trick 3 in the other videos. So stay tuned for that. Consider subscribing. Don't forget to like and share.